Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Jamaica news in review. Man on bail charged for Harborview Drive shooting. A man on bail for a gun offense has been charged in connection with last month's shooting of a man on Harbour Drive, Kingston 17. 41-year-old Kevin Scott, otherwise called Bads, a laborer of Franklin Avenue in Kingston 16, has been charged with wounding with intent, illegal possession of firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition in relation to an incident on Saturday, April 23rd. Reports from the Ellison Road Criminal Investigation Branch are that about 8:20 p.m., the complainant was walking along Harbour Drive in Kingston 17 when a motor car stopped beside him. Scott and another man exited the vehicle and opened fire, hitting him. The complainant managed to escape and was assisted to hospital by the police, where he was admitted in serious condition. Scott was arrested when he reported to the Bull Bay police station on condition of bail for a previous charge of illegal possession of firearm. He was charged in relation to the Harbour Drive shooting on Tuesday, May 3rd. His court date is not yet finalized. Gun attack in Montego Bay leaves 1 dead, 3 hospitalized. 4 people were shot, 1 fatally, in downtown Montego Bay, St. James on Tuesday night. The police have identified the deceased by the alias Wigger, who is from Rockford in Kingston. Reports from the Barnett Street Police are that shortly after 10 p.m., a group of male vendors who operate in the vicinity of the Stan Street and Lower Market Street intersection were at their stalls when a gunman pounced on them. The gunman opened fire, hitting 3 of the vendors. A female passerby who was fleeing on foot was also shot. She was shot in the stomach. The police were summoned, and upon arrival, the injured persons were rushed to Conner Regional Hospital, where 1 vendor was pronounced dead and the other victims admitted in serious condition. An investigation has been launched into the shooting. Triple murder triggers fear in Bedward Gardens. A series of loud explosions jolt residents of Bedward Gardens in St. Andrew from their sleep sometime after 4 a.m. on Saturday. A woman who spoke with reporters Saturday afternoon related how she immediately jumped for her bed and took cover. Amidst her panic, she heard screams outside and remembered that her 2 nephews, who had just returned from a party, had gone outside to the regular spot where they would drink and play Ludi and dominoes. When the explosion subsided and she inquired, she learned that both her nephews, 24-year-old Rashid Bobby Edwards and 18-year-old Keena Brent Ray, and their friend, who was identified as Jackson, were shot. Police later confirmed that Jackson is the son of the popular entertainer Sanchez, whose given name is Kevin Anthony Jackson. The young man's death came on the same day that Sanchez was burying his mother, Bridget Gardner Ivy, who passed away earlier this month in Canada at age 74. They felt peckish. They just came back home. Sanchez's son buy a juice and him not even get to pull it. It is still there on the table, the woman said. May 5 coming, Rashid would have been 25. He is just a jovial and nice person. He has a 1-year-old daughter, and from morning she called in for him, she added. Keenan no, he just turned 18 in January. We never expected this. The place is tense and the family is heartbroken, she told reporters. It was a lot of shots. I had to take cover. It is right outside my house. I had to get flat under my bed. Everybody is just scared right now, and the soldiers are not patrolling. They are just at the Zozo Zone of Special Operations checkpoint out on the main. I am scared right now, she continued. The owner of the shop where the men had stopped to make purchases discovered several bullet holes on his property. He showed reporters bullet holes on his cupboard and refrigerator in the shop. Police say that about 4:50 a.m., they received reports of gunfire in the community. When they arrived, Edwards, Ray, and Jackson were discovered lying on a dirt track near a football field with what appeared to be gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. Up until Saturday evening, no one was arrested in relation to the killings. When reporters first visited the location about 7 a.m. on Saturday, the scene was cordoned off as soldiers and police officers patrolled the area. When reporters returned to the community after 6 p.m., the scene had been cleared. Residents told reporters that they wished the security forces were still present. Family and friends of the deceased were gathered outside under a tree near the crime scene. According to the Corporate Communications Unit (CCU) of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Major Investigation Division (MID) are probing the circumstances surrounding the shooting death of 3 men in Bedward Gardens on Saturday, April 30. Meanwhile, Edwards and Ray's aunt told reporters that she had lost her 31-year-old son to gun violence last year. He was killed in downtown Kingston by men who are suspected to be gang members from Bedward. She admitted, however, that she is more terrified now. The same war take my son last year March and now this. But me never afraid like this. This time, them come right at my gate and kill 3 persons. 3 persons. This show that they don't respect anybody. They don't care. Them just a do them thing. It no safe, me scared, she said. Since the start of the year, there have been 24 murders and 15 shootings in the St. Andrew Central Police Division. 37-year-old man chased, shot dead on Studio One Boulevard. A man who was chased and shot dead Tuesday on Studio One Boulevard in St. Andrew has been identified. He is 37-year-old Marvin Shirley, unemployed, of a Studio One Boulevard address. Reports are that Shirley was driving a motor car along Studio One Boulevard when the vehicle was blocked by another car. Shirley exited the vehicle and ran, but was chased and shot by his attackers, who had alighted from the other car. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Church member robbed at gunpoint on church compound. Police have confirmed that a member of the Sharon Baptist Church in Santa Cruz was robbed at gunpoint on the church compound on Monday. Preliminary reports are that shortly after 12 p.m., a gunman entered the church and held up the member inside an office. The culprit reportedly escaped with an undisclosed sum of cash. Councillor Christopher Williams, Santa Cruz Jamaica Labour Party, condemned the incident. I am very disappointed about the incident. We continue to see where criminals have no regard for anything or anyone, not even the church. For some months, Santa Cruz has been experiencing is from frequent robberies that used to take place, and to see this now is very concerning. I urge everyone in and around Santa Cruz to be very vigilant and take keen note of the space that we are in at all times, Williams said. Gruesome. Relatives of a 6-month-old girl in the usual quiet community in Hurlock and the outskirts of Montego Bay can only imagine what the last 36 hours has been like for her. The child's grandmother, Deidre O'Connor, found her in her crib on Monday, roasting with fever. A few steps away, throat slashed, was the already decomposing body of the child's mother, 20-year-old Christy McBean. The last time relatives and friends had heard from McBean was just before 10 p.m. on Saturday. That timeline, coupled with the condition of her body, has led to the theory that she was killed that night. Calls to the call center worker's phone went unanswered all day Sunday. So before setting off for work, her mother went in search of her about 6:30 a.m. on Monday. O'Connor was too shaken to speak, so her other daughter, Krista McBean, told reporters about the moment their lives changed forever. Because she a caller and not get her, she must knock the door, and when she knock on the side, she see the bolt no go through. She hold on pon the top and draw it till it open up, and when she look, as she lie down with a pool of blood up here so, she said, pointing to her throat. Her sister's nose, she added, was blooded, as was a pillow in the room. The child was in the crib, arose with fever, a 6-month-old baby. The nanny who usually take care of the baby, when she gone to work, she carried the baby go doctor, she added. The child received medical care, was fed, and appears to be doing well considering the circumstances. As Krista McBean struggled to make sense of her sister's death, it became clear that grief is an emotion that is all too familiar for the family. My father just died 5 years ago. They murdered him and she was there. She probably would have died from then time there. 5 years come catch up on her. She died in the next 5 years. I don't know how to tell you how I feel, she said. Krista McBean's grandmother, Marcia Miller, had no problem expressing herself. She had harsh words for anyone responsible for Christy McBean's death. Me know what the Bible speak about these last days, with critical times hard to deal with, and that men's heart will be desperately wicked. But to see a mother with a baby that can't help himself, and you kill her and left the baby, and the dead body in there, it's beyond inhumane, she said. Me know say things happen to people, and you hear it, but to come and be in it is more than you can think about, she lamented, her voice thick with grief. She is grateful, though, that the baby was found alive. If O'Connor never go up there, go find her this morning, one would have decomposed and one just dead, she said. Relatives said they burnt most of McBean's belongings on Monday, their solution to the bloody scene in the bedroom and the flies it attracted. They also said the police were seeking a man who was seen with the now-deceased mother on Saturday. When contacted early Monday afternoon, Commander of the St. James Police Division, Senior Superintendent Vernon Ellis, would only say investigators are tying up some things in relation to the situation. PNP's councillor candidate for the Springmont Division, Jordan Colamanti, said she is hoping the perpetrators will be found. The act is gruesome, it's cruel, and I pray that these hoodlums are brought to justice. I pray that they either turn themselves in or they are brought to justice, she said. When I got the call this morning, I was like, no, that is not possible. And when I started getting messages and I'm like, okay, this is true. Hurlock, we've always been a united community. Everyone in from the area, we all know each other from the era, so to see this gruesome murder of the 20-year-old with a child is horrible, she added. ID parade for JDF soldier in dead prostitute case. Jamaica Defense Force JDF Sergeant Theophilus Tracy, who was charged with failure to hand over his firearm to police following the discovery of a dead woman in his vehicle, is to be the subject of an identification parade. This was revealed in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court when Tracy's attorney-at-law Peter Champagny disclosed that the defendant was not present in court because of said identification parade. Although the reason for the identification parade was not divulged, Champagny said, "The parade should be for this week, I hope. I didn't get a definite response as to when. I gather that this is a result of certain discussions between the coroner and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, ODPP," Champagny confirmed. While discussing a further date for the matter to be mentioned in court, the attorney-at-law renewed his calls for his client to be granted bail. "The difficulty that I have is this. The accused has been in custody since the 26th of February, he told the court. Acknowledging the length of time, Senior Parish Judge Laurie Ann Cole Montague said, "It has been a while." Champagny continued, "Your Honor, you may recall on the last occasion we were told that we were awaiting some ruling from the DPP, Director of Public Prosecutions. We are now at a stage where today an application for bail was going to be made. We have not made an application for bail in this matter, and I understand it. An identification parade would not take more than a day or 4 hours, so I'm asking, ma'am, if Your Honor could accommodate next week, if only to set a bail for application." He also noted that the matter has not moved from his first appearance in court because of administrative issues concerning the DPP and so on. Tracy, who was charged by police for failure to hand over his firearm for inspection after a suspected prostitute was found dead in his vehicle on Saturday, February 26, was further remanded in custody in April to allow police to complete assessment of a firearm that was handed over to investigators. His next court appearance is slated for May 16. The St. Andrew Central Police had reported that about 4:20 a.m., the Crossroads Police responded to an assignment of a motor vehicle collision, and on arrival of the team, a grey Honda Fit motor car was seen with a woman's body protruding from the front passenger seat. The body was reported to have multiple gunshot wounds. Police said the deceased, who is still unidentified, appeared to be in her late 30s, is about 5 feet long, and has a skin tone that shows evidence of bleaching. It was clad in a black blouse, purple sweatpants, and 1 foot of black and red Nike sneakers. Investigations that follow reveal that the motor car belonged to the JDF sergeant, who is also a licensed firearm holder. Prior's anointing for St. Andrew South Cops after colleague killed in crash. Senior Superintendent of Police SSP Kirk Ricketts, head of the St. Andrew South Police Division, led a group of cops to the Bethel Born Again Church of Jesus Christ Apostolic in St. Andrew on Sunday morning to mourn the death of their beloved 36-year-old colleague, Constable Donald Kerr, and to accept prayers of protection and blessing to guide them in and off the job. Ricketts confirmed That car was crashed on the north-south leg of Highway 2000 Saturday night, succumbed to his injuries early Sunday morning after it took him at least 5 hours to get to the hospital. The SSP said Carr's death was extremely devastating and tragic and described the constable as one of the most hardworking, committed, and loyal policemen any police force could find. The senior cop also raised concerns over allegations that police service vehicles were not allowed to get past a toll booth as members of the responding unit had no cash to pay. Reports from the St. Anne's Bay Police are that about 8:30 p.m., Carr was driving his motor vehicle heading to St. Anne when he allegedly lost control of the vehicle and ended up in a ditch. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. A female occupant also sustained injuries and is currently being treated at hospital. This moment is bittersweet because what better place to be than in the sanctuary? While it is early days yet, I am concerned by the initial reports I have been getting. Constable Carr met in an accident sometime after 8 p.m. and got to the hospital after 1 a.m. Sunday. I am extremely concerned with the initial reports coming to me. I am just coming from St. Anne, where I met with his mother, father, 3 sisters, brother, and other family friends. With the support of the police in St. Anne, we were able to start initial counseling for them and to assure them we will leave no stone unturned, Rickett stated. Following Rickett's speech was a segment of prayers and anointment. As she used olive oil to anoint the heads of the SSP Superintendent Damon Manderson and other members of the team, Pastor Yvonne Codner offered special prayer for the cops to help guide them day to day. In the name of Jesus, protect them. Watch over them, Lord. Hear your children, Master Builder, and pour down your anointing. Protect them from all evil, Codner prayed. A male member of the church took over from Codner and during the continuation of prayer said, I look to you, Lord. Many have sacrificed their lives, and they live among the wicked and the evil. Be a fence around them as they walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Protect them. Lay your hands upon them and protect them from evil forces and witchcraft. He continued, the police are doing a great job because if it wasn't for them, there would be no peace. They are the ones who risk their lives. I pronounce your blessing upon them. I dispatch your protection. Give them strength in whatever they do, and let them be successful. Manderson, who is in charge of operations in the St. Andrew South Police Division, shared that he got to know Carr over a period of 9 months and described him as a constable who was loved by every rank. Though he was a constable, he mentored many of our youngsters on operational duties. He was one who you could always count on to go above and beyond. You could count on him to go the distance where many others would not dare to go. He wasn't just loved among constables, he was loved among all ranks and civilian staff. And even members from the business community have been calling and expressing sympathies. We continue to give support. We met with a number of staff yesterday morning to offer counseling, and that will continue as it is necessary in the days to come, he said. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.